What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? It is another edition of Square One. This is week 10 of the NFL, and the boys are in the house. We are missing two, but we still gonna rock on. What's up, Nzo, and what's up, JG? How y'all doing?
Doing good, brother.
Doing good.
And before we get into intros, I got one hell of a rant because we're doing the fantasy league thing, and I have never, and I know I'm gonna lose this week, but I have never lost a week on the first Thursday of the week. And that is exactly what happened because for whatever reason, Chase went off like a beast. Like I was like, does Cincinnati only have one wide receiver? Obviously, they did because he got 72 points, and there's no coming back from that. So yeah, screw fantasy league.
Well, I'm gonna have to say, I don't care because Lamar Jackson scored 62 points on me, so we in the same boat. So I can't feel no sympathy. I can't feel no sympathy for you. So
yeah, but
we in that same boat.
I know, but I was hoping you lose, I win, I move up above you, I'm good. But now I'm losing. You gonna lose. We're gonna stay the same.
Wow.
God, I hate this. I'm just not meant to win. I've been in the bottom in the last 3 years. I was checking it out and I'm like, damn, last 3 years I'm in the bottom of this league. So I ain't even thinking about winning. Not even close.
I'll tell you, that game Thursday was crazy. That's gonna be one of our topics. And I'm gonna pose this question. There's a saying that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I want to change that saying to if it's broke, you need to be fixed. And right now, I think the NFL definitely needs to fix this reviews in the last 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion is, and what I would do if I was a commissioner or whatever, said, look, the last 2 minutes of the game, if the game is close, if it can be decided on a touchdown or a field goal for the win or for the tie, every play needs to be reviewed. Because what is the reason for having all that technology, all those 20 different cameras, and then you don't use it because of some silly rule? Because I have seen 2 games where the quarterback was face mask, and on his last game, it was a defensive holding, and they missed it. The replay clearly shows it, but they don't do it because of whatever reason it is. I don't like that because I'm not a fan of Cincinnati, but at the same time, I don't want to see them cheated because one day my team may be in that same scenario, and I know I would be upset if it was Washington. I would be really upset. So the last 2 minutes of the game, if the game can be tied or won, and it's a controversial play or something, every play needs to be reviewed.
I agree 100%. Mm-hmm. And that's holding calls, that's any type of penalties. For some reason, they don't feel like all penalties or penalties don't need to be reviewed at the end of a game. I think that's dumb. I think you should be able to review any call that happens at the end of a game, whether it's a good call or bad call.
Yeah, man, because when they missed that 2-point conversion from that defensive holding, man, that could have given them another shot.
Yep.
I mean, if you're the defense, you just got to play perfect. He kind of got by with one, and I know it happens in the game, and I know that the refs aren't perfect, but the cameras are perfect. You have a perfect system in play, so why not use it? That to me, that just blows my mind. They got all this technology, all these millions of dollars they spend on this, all these cameras, different angles. You can show all kind of stuff, and then they don't use it. And it costs, in my opinion, it costs 2 teams this year a chance for a win.
For some reason, they always have this, it slows down the game type of thing.
I don't care.
Have all these, neither do I, but I'm just like that. I guess they think, ADHD era, everything's got to be fast. So we got to do this quick and stuff like that. Because they even have a time limit where they can actually review a play. Like, I think they only have 1 minute where they can go in the booth and review a play. And if they don't find anything within that minute, then the play will probably stand, or if they do, they'll close it up. But I mean, take as much time as you need. You know what I mean? People ain't going nowhere.
How you gonna slow the game in 2 minutes? I mean,
yeah,
I can see throughout the first quarter, second quarter. Well, I'm talking about the 2 minutes, the last 2 minutes of the game. If if the game is close enough that the opposing team can get a field goal or touchdown to tie or win, then every play should be reviewed. If there's
but that's what I'm saying. That will slow it down, right? If you're reviewing every single bad play, and
no, I'm
there's like
saying the last 2 minutes. I don't care.
yeah,
The
no,
rest
no,
of it.
yeah, I know. Even in the last 2 minutes,
Well,
right? Because that last 2 minutes, if you're reviewing every play, then it could go from 2 minutes to 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Because we got to review this play. Oh, we got to review this play, and that's the NFL thinking. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's the NFL thinking. It's like, oh, we got to make sure that it's limited. That's why they only give coaches two challenges a half. I think two is horrible.
Well, maybe I'm wording it wrong. If a player be like face mask or do something like that or gesture something, hey, then that. But if they don't say nothing, don't do nothing, then okay, the flow of the game keeps going. But if they like, or the commentator or somebody else, I just think they should. That was just, I'm telling you, that happened to my team, and it's like Super Bowl. To steal one of your words, I'm gonna be vexed. For a long
Yeah,
time.
100%. But I believe some stuff like that has happened in the Super Bowl. I just can't think of it yet to where it was like, oh my God, I can't believe you didn't make that call. And it actually cost a few Super Bowls. I know there's one really big one. I just can't remember it. But
I do recall way back when Bill Cowher tried to ice the kicker and a ref didn't give him the timeout. And Cowher got in the ref's face and was going off. That jaw Cowher had. It was crazy. I guess it's one of those things where if it's my team, I'm going to be pissed off if they didn't make a call, something like that. But if it's not, and that call got me to win, hey, I didn't see anything either, right? And so they usually say the last 2 minutes of a game, especially that close to the longest time of the game, right? And everybody's on their seats waiting, right? So, yeah, take all the time you need, make that call right. But then at the same time, it's, well, you didn't take time with the other play, right? It's always going to be something, no matter what you do. So it's never going to be perfect, but try to be as perfect as possible. And that call at the end of the game, well, I thought they were going to call pass interference or holding or something because it was just, it was just too close not to throw a flag or something. So,
yeah, I'm only saying this like if you up by 3 touchdowns, where you can win. Okay.
Oh yeah, let it go.
But if you can win or tie, then I think you need to take the extra. But
what's HTTR?
I don't know. Do you mean to say hater? Maybe.
That's what
I don't know all this lingo nowadays.
Yeah. What is HTT? Hi there. Oh no. Hater. Must be mean hater. I don't know. What's up, Roberto, man? Hopefully you get in time. You can come join us. Another thing, going to switch to NBA. There was a interview with the Odd Couple. That's Rob Parker. It used to be what's his name?
Chris Broussard,
but now it's another guy. I don't know who he is, but he's a big time LeBron James fan, which if that's his prerogative, don't have a problem with it. But they were saying on the latest show that JJ Redick could possibly lose his locker room if he praises LeBron and never criticizes and jump on him, and then criticize. Right now, there's a big. It went viral. D'Angelo, I can't think of the last guy, but Russell. D'Angelo Russell. Yeah. It doesn't seem to be one of JJ's favorite players now, and there's a video where he is like a donkey on the side of the sideline because D'Angelo did something. And let me see what quarter. This is in the third quarter now. They only down by 9 points. Let me pull the clip.
Yeah, because I didn't see the video.
Hold on, let me pull the clip. And this is a reaction.
Beyond the arc, blocked by Huff. Huff stuff. In the corner by Huff, 10 to shoot. Steps back beyond the arc, blocked by Huff. Huff stuff.
Look right at the top left corner. JJ's he's sitting down now.
Aldama, J Huff, another three. Good again.
JJ you were candid about the reason why you didn't play D'Lo that much in the second half last game, and the clips that preceded you pulling him out, a couple of mistakes on his part, have kind of gone viral as your reaction as well. Have you had to talk to him about that second half or about those clips and sort of how did that conversation go, if so?
Yeah, to be clear, my younger staff, not Bob Byer, but some of the younger staff members brought that to my attention this morning. I will say, first of all, that basketball is to me is an emotional game. I'm a competitive person. I'm a passionate person. Sometimes you lose for a brief period of time. You lose control of that emotion. It's not the first time that it's happened. I'll be honest with you. Maybe it's the first time that something like that was over the over Twitter, but it's going to happen again. It may happen 2 hours from now. That's just the reality. I think about myself as a player, now as a coach. Certainly, when I watched NBA games and analyzed NBA games, I'm not a zombie. That's what we kind of refer to as like non-passionate, non-competitive, non-expressive people. I'm not a zombie.
Okay. My comment said I agree he's not a zombie. And sometimes you can have knee-jerk reactions and stuff, but you have to be very aware, especially in a leadership position. And I'll give you a perfect example. This past just yesterday, there was something that happened at my job, and it was one of my supervisors, and he pretty much dropped the ball, which we pretty much dropped the ball. And I was so ticked off that I knew that he should have done what protocol says, but he didn't do it. Then he started kind of with the and I instantly got from 0 to 1,000. Now the old me would have said some pretty choice words. I said, "Look, bro, I can't talk right now. Have a good day. I'll talk to you later." I didn't talk to him the rest of that day because I know if I had to say what I want to say now, it would have ruined my credibility that I tried so hard to build, and also it would have been wrong. So now I had all day yesterday. I got all day today, all day tomorrow. Monday we're off. So when I go back Tuesday, I'm gonna have a clearer mind because you got to be mindful. Emotions, anger, all that stuff. When you're in a leadership position, you got to check it because you're always being watched. And he's already, in my opinion, behind the 8 ball because people already think him and LeBron are boys. There's a narrative out there that LeBron has brought him in there so he can be his puppet. So he got to establish a decorum that's going to be fair. And then, yeah, you can be mad and upset, but you got to choose when you mad and upset, and you make sure you got to let that be all the way across the board. You can't hit this one guy with a sledgehammer and then hit another guy with a feather because that ain't going to fly, especially in the NBA. Multi-millionaires, all that kind of stuff. But I agree with what he said to an extent, but I think JJ is another one. I think he's the smartest person in the room from the interviews and the times I see him criticize and break down games and stuff on First Take, that kind of stuff. So I can give him the pass on this one, but I think he's in the words of Blade, there's always somebody that's trying to ice skate uphill. So he better be very careful what he does if you don't get criticized or pigeonholed of being a puppet for LeBron.
I was gonna say, so what did he do, Danny? He gave a black guy a pass, ticked you off.
Really? Wow.
Took you long time to catch that one, eh?
Wow.
No. Okay, so again, I hear exactly what you're saying, but I have no issues with what he did because I've seen Greg Popovich stand up, throw his playbook down on the ground, get up in refs' ears. You know what I mean? I've seen Phil Jackson do it, Spoelstra do it. There's not one coach in the NBA that hasn't done that, right? Now, maybe you could say, well, dude, it's just the beginning of the year. Like, you know what I mean? Usually it's when something really important is on the line. So I get it. It's not that important to lose 1 or 2 games. But I guess with all the pressure that the Lakers and he's probably under being the coach of the Lakers, he has to, because if the Lakers go down, the blame is on JJ Redick. You know what I mean? 100%. That's where the blame is going. Lakers don't do good, he'll never coach in the NBA again, right? You got LeBron James, you got this, because Ty Lue's never been back. Ham has never been back. You know what I mean? So any Luke Walton,
Yeah, Luke
Luke
Walton.
Walton. Yeah, Luke Walton's never been back. I think Luke Walton had a job after the Lakers and then got fired. But other than that, so I don't have an issue with it. I like the passion. You know what I mean? I like to see these coaches do that. I just think it's too early in the year to be huffing up and down. Now, as for the D'Angelo Russell stuff, D'Angelo Russell is trash. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry, he's trash.
Wow.
So
Wow.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you talk about me giving the Batman a patch. You look at him, call him man.
Man.
But and another thing too, just one more thing is that coaches always have their favorite. They're always gonna have the one guy that they're gonna baby, regardless of if he does right or wrong. And then they have the little scrub where they're gonna be like, "Oh no, you messed up," and it's just the nature of the game. So I think from the type of teams that JJ Redick has played on, he's probably been a part of those. You know what I mean? Getting the hard end of the stick while he watched the star players not. So.
Yeah. What up, DQ? What up, Basel? Appreciate it.
What up,
I
chat?
say this. Now, I've mentioned before I used to work security at the Memphis Grizzlies games, and I was typically always behind either the visiting team's bench or the home team's bench. And what JJ Redick did is PG compared to what I've heard and seen on those benches. So I think because it's the Lakers and all the media attention on it right now, it just looks worse than what it is.
Yeah.
Especially like you mentioned, Danny, the LeBron, JJ, possible buddy, I got you the job thing going on, and the Bronny James situation is it's just a soap opera over there, right? So every little thing they're going to pinpoint. D'Angelo Russell's trash. I take that back.
No, you were
no,
right.
he's trash. He's trash. He's trash.
Yeah.
He
was good.
I ain't gonna agree with y'all on that, but go ahead, JJ.
He's good on a bad team.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. But go ahead.
Yeah, I think he's good on a bad team. But if you want a championship team, he doesn't need to be your primary ball handler or decision maker. He probably needs to play off guard or something like that. But even that play, I mean, it's LeBron was on the other side. Why did you go get the ball? And Nzo is correct. Like, hey, all coaches have their favorites or the one guy they don't say anything to, right? But the problem is you have all this stuff going on with Bronny and LeBron had 5 turnovers, costly turnovers. Did JJ have that same reaction when he was screwing up?
We don't know.
Because D'Angelo Russell, I mean, when we look at it, that was a mismatch for him. He was going to try to take him, but it just didn't work out. Right? So, I'm not too going to go crazy over what JJ did. Because, I mean, first time head coach, never been an assistant coach, never done anything on the sidelines. And it's expected that he's going to do what some way deem non-head coach etiquette type of things, right? He reacted like a player would if he's on the bench. And so I got to say about that one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hold against him doing that. I mean, I don't think it's nothing egregious. It's just like he's on a team that has a lot of cameras and eyes on it, so you just got to make sure, because perception sometimes is believed to be real instead of the truth. So you just got to make sure that when you're in the sideline, when you on in the post game interviews, that kind of stuff, you just got to make sure you carry yourself a certain way, because if not, it's going to be making news. It's going to be magnified so much more because you're another player, because you're the player, the coach of the Lakers, which is one of these very franchise teams that is can't do no wrong, like the Boston and that kind of stuff. There's certain franchises that seem to carry a little bit more cachet, so to speak, than others. And to go back to D'Angelo Russell, I think maybe on the back end of his of his career. But I think if you're on that 12, 15-man roster in the NBA, that you're not trash. Because somebody had to evaluate you. Maybe as your skill sets diminish and as attrition sits in, then yeah, maybe you're not as quick or as fast or as able to jump as high and fast. But I think if you make that roster, then there's something there. But maybe
Oh well, 100%. You know what I mean? Like, if he's trash, I'm dog poop. You know what I mean? Like,
So, when I say trash, I mean like I don't think you're
he's not
starting
playing.
point guard championship team material type
right.
of guy. Like you're like a
Oh, he's
maybe a
definitely
man type of person.
he's definitely a role player. He ain't a,
Yeah.
yeah, he's definitely that. I agree with y'all 100% on that. God, I hate when I lose my train of thought. But here's another thing. John Moran is back now.
Yes, sir.
And man, he is playing like a man possessed. I hope his head stays like it is now. But this is an interview after the game with the Lakers, man. And it, to me, is very remnant of how the players used to talk about each other in the past, during the eras that we love so much. Because now they know all this buddy, we go on vacation together, like Draymond Green years ago called LeBron a B, and now they buddies and all this kind of stuff. I don't like all that. But here's what John Morant said. Come on now.
I don't like them. They knocked me out the playoffs. And then last year we had a game and they came in here and popped it on our home floor when I was in street clothes. So I wasn't the night. I don't like them. They knocked me out the playoffs. And then last year we had a game and they came in here and popped it on our home floor when I was in street clothes. So I wasn't the night.
Yeah. It's on the whole clip. That's just a piece of the clip. But he said, I don't like him. I don't care about LeBron James. They want to talk all that noise when I couldn't play and that kind of stuff, laughing and giggling, cutting up. So, hey, he put it on him. If you watch that game, he was like a man possessed. So I only hope that this young man has put his mistakes behind him, has changed his culture and changes his ambition and his focus. He seems to be somebody with a chip on the shoulder and has something to prove. So I hope that he keeps that same energy. And every time he plays the Lakers, I'm rooting for him. I hope he put it on him. And even though I love the Lakers, but hey, you're gonna chirp off and be talking all kind of junk, and be man enough to back it up. So we shall see. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I'm with you. I don't like the buddy thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you can be buddy, but when you're on the court, there's no buddy thing. You know what I mean? There's none of that, and I love that.
You can be buddy off season,
right?
But during the season, I'm like Magic and Bird were. Like, okay, I ain't gonna talk to you now. After the season, whatever, okay, we can talk or do whatever. But during the season, man, it's us against them. That's I like that.
Yeah, no, for sure, 100%. Like I said, you have to have that killer mentality still. Look what Kobe said when he went to the Olympics and he played Paul Gasol. He said, "Give me the ball first, and I'm going to run right through him." And they're like, "Yeah, whatever." And I mean, that's your teammate. And he said, "No, today he's not my teammate. He's the enemy." That's 100% how it should be. And then what did Kobe do on the first play? He ran right through Paul Gasol. Paul Gasol said, "Oh, okay, so I know what kind of game this is going to be." So you need to do that stuff.
I agree.
And I like that era where players didn't like each other, and again, I won't say didn't like each other, because I believe a lot of them did like each other. It's just they knew once the season started, all that friendship crap is out the window.
You can have a competitive respect. I mean, if I wake up like Nzo, I'm playing Nzo tonight, so I better make sure I'm on my A game, because if I don't play my A game or my perfect game, then I'm gonna take the L. So no, I ain't gonna play dirty. I don't believe in dirty play. Well, I don't play hard, play by the rules. If I just beat you straight up by the rules, then I can sleep with that.
Oh yeah, if you dogging me in the game, Danny, yeah, you catching elbows.
Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, that's not happening. I'll make up after the game, like, hey, bro, just competition, right? But yeah, you got to catch these elbows.
Wow. What's your
Like,
thoughts?
did you guys see the clip that I sent you with Kobe Bryant, where Tracy McGrady said the dunk contest said the Vince
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Carter
yeah, yeah.
contest. He's like, why didn't you
Yeah,
get in?
I
Kobe
ain't
said, nope.
Nope. He said, nope.
I try to do things that I know I can win.
Facts.
I can't win
Facts.
against Vince.
But good or well, Vince had a challenge on 1-on-1. Kobe would have went out there and tried. No would have lost, but he would have gone out there. But he
I
ain't
think
gonna
if
willingly
I-
just go
I
out
think
there.
young Kobe would have tried it because he was more cocky.
Oh yeah, young Kobe. Yeah.
Older Kobe was like, nah, I'm good.
No, my knees ain't what they used to be, brother. Go ahead.
When he was number 8, when he first came out,
Mhm.
did he win the dunk contest one year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
He was bald head Kobe then.
Yeah,
I don't
that
even
guy-
remember who he went up against that year. That's how, you know what I mean? Like, okay,
I mean, the
nobody
dunks he
really.
did then, we
I
probably
think
look
he
at
went
kind of
after.
basic now compared to what people are doing. But
Did he
yeah.
win against J.J. Ryder? I mean, J.R. Ryder.
Could have been.
I thought they won the
I
finals.
can't remember.
I know J.R. Ryder did win one, but I don't think it definitely wasn't one.
Or maybe it was the one with Harold Miner.
Kobe
Oh,
won
that could
98,
be
so
it,
it's
too.
been a minute.
Yeah.
Man, that's a long time ago.
I've never missed a dunk contest since they started. But
Yeah, me neither.
They start kind of jumbling up now.
But
I thought they were back on track when we had the Aaron Gordon and Zach Levine one. And I was like, okay, the dunk contest is back. And then it went right back to trash. And
I'm telling you, the 3-point is more exciting now. And now,
yeah, absolutely.
I want to see Steph Curry go against Clay. Now they're on different teams. I think that'll be tight. And then how they did the Steph Curry, the man go against the female. You imagine Steph Curry and Caitlin Clark. That's going to break some records if they decide to do that.
I think it will too. I think after that was when Dwayne Wade was one of the guys, whatever, and they kind of cheated and gave the guy from Miami the dunk contest win, and he didn't really do anything. I think a lot of guys were like, "No, what I'm doing with it. They're gonna do this." So, but yeah, shout out to the Memphis Grizzlies, man. 9-on-1. I mean, John Morant is carrying on that Memphis kind of mindset where, hey, if you're not on my team, I don't mess with you. Right? That's the mentality over here. That's why we got so much violence too. But yeah, that's that for my generation. That Kobe Bryant mindset, Michael Jordan mindset, old New York Knicks. When they were just that rivalry with the Bulls, where hey, we don't like them. Like we're gonna knock you down. It. I like that, and it's slowly getting back into the NBA. Not as much as I would want to, but it's slowly starting to come back. And we know LeBron and every team when he's on these teams, he does a lot of chirping. He lies and say he don't talk, but we all know he runs his mouth. And when somebody comes back at him, he gets a little quiet.
Now, I don't want to see no thug basketball. I don't want to see.
Oh no. I think John Morant's more of a follower than a leader, kind of like Zach Randolph was when he first got here. You surround him with guys with good mentalities. I don't think he's gonna change altogether, but you will see a difference.
Yeah.
And I don't know what
he leads by his play. He don't lead by his words and his actions.
Yeah, I can see that. But I think I don't know what he's doing behind closed doors. He's probably could be acting a fool right now. I don't know.
Sure.
But publicly, he's looking like he's kind of doing better. But yeah, this is basketball. So yeah, I love it.
He said something that I was like, because I not that clip that you've seen, but around the same clip or when they beat the Lakers, he was like, "Oh yeah, we could beat anybody, and we're not scared of anybody." And I'm like, bro, it's like just the beginning of the season. You need to be careful with that. You know what I mean? Because one, you put a target on your back, and two, when playoffs come around, it's a totally different game. Like a lot of, especially now, these guys will play to win, and if it's close, it's hard. But I don't think they go 100% hard in every game at the beginning of the season. You know what I mean, Danny? Like they'll go like maybe 10, 50%, 60%. But when it gets towards the middle of the season, you're gonna see all these, 100% going hard. So I don't think they really go as hard as they do this and at the beginning of the season. So
And you know why? Because they're getting so much money now. There's no incentive.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
They're getting so much money now. Okay, well, I'm gonna play hard for, because if I'm not mistaken, they only get paid for the first 4 games of the finals.
Oh, really?
Yep, the
I
first
did
4
not know.
games.
yeah. If it goes to 7, they don't get paid.
Yeah,
Wow.
because
Yeah.
they could be like, well, if you're gonna get paid every game, let's just say $1 million a game. Would you rather $4 million, $7 million, or $4 million? Because they'd be like, well, we're gonna throw this game. We ain't gonna play hard this game to get that money. So
Mm.
okay, all you get is 4 games. You get paid for 4 games, so it's on you. Thought it was very interesting. I think they're gonna play a little bit more harder now, Nzo, because now they got that if you don't play a certain number of games, you're ineligible for making all pro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all defense, all NBA, MVP. So that's gonna hurt some people money. So they got to make sure they play a certain number of games. If I'm not mistaken, I want to think the game is 70, maybe 70 something games.
Like 70 something games or 65,
60,
something like that.
60%. Yeah, they got to play a certain number of games. That's what hurt Joel Embiid, I think, last year from being qualified. He was disqualified from getting the MVP, even though he had MVP numbers.
Mm.
Right, but that's why I say they won't go as hard at the beginning, right? Because you don't want to get an injury, and now you get out for a few games, and then all of a sudden you're not eligible for the bonuses or and the talks for the run-ins. So yeah, they're gonna pace themselves. You know what I mean? Like these games, beginning of the games, you win, but I think they're not gonna go extremely hard as like they would do if it's coming down the stretch of a season.
They got to do something too about the All-Star game, because the All-Star game has become a joke now.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Like 200 points a game, that's ridiculous. And yeah, I like to see the fancy high flying stuff, but maybe it should be like, okay, first half you can give us all that fluff, but second half you gotta buckle down. I used to
Go ahead.
like the top MVP, the top voters get the pick. I don't like that no more.
No,
I don't like
LeBron
that.
always getting the captain every year.
I never liked that. I always
want to go
liked
back to East versus West.
Me too.
And
the
your
games
team
need to be
jersey. I miss those.
the games need to be competitive. Put $1 million up for the winning team, and you'll see how different these games are. You know what I mean? You got $1 million on the line. Yeah,
$1 million per person.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's $15 million, boy. Whew.
They ain't going for that.
But that's what they need to do, even with the dunk contest. You know what I mean? The winner of the dunk contest, you get $1 million. Boom. You're going to see how much people go into the dunk contest now, right? Because if at the end of the day, like you said,
how much they get for how much cash contest?
Like maybe 250K, but I think it's less than that, to be honest with you.
Winner.
And I missed the rookie versus. Do they still do the rookie? No, they do the U.S. versus World game now. Yeah. I missed the rookie versus sophomore game.
Sophomores, yeah.
Missed those. I wouldn't mind the NBA G League All Stars against the rookies and sophomores combined.
Yeah,
they get $105,000.
$105,000. Yeah, you see, put $1 million up on the line. You will see all the best dunkers in that competition. 100%.
The runner-up gets $50,000, and the third place get $20,000.
And what they need to do too is get back to the 3 rounds, and these not just 4 players. They used to have like 8 players in a league.
Mm-hmm.
You had 3 rounds. Boom, 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 boom. There's your dunk contest. Now they got 4 players, 2 rounds. I'm like, what is this crap? Like,
I'm not denying his talent, but you got a G leaguer coming in and beating professionals.
Mm-hmm. Undersized G leaguer at that.
And he won it back to back, so he's about to be. There's another person won it 3 times? Wasn't it Nate Robinson won it 3 times, or was he back to back?
I can't remember.
I know he.
I remember him back to back. I don't know if he won 3 times though.
So a G leaguer coming in winning it 3 times, they're better dunkers in the NBA. I mean,
oh yeah,
facts.
But Matt McClung always been known as a dunker though.
Yeah, I mean he's nice, and I think the shorter guys look better dunking than the taller guys.
Yeah,
like the year that Skywalker. I can't think of the first name.
Yeah.
He won about
Kenny Skywalker.
I was like, the dunks didn't look as clean to me.
Yeah.
What they should do is, when you watch these like guys that do these dunks in the gym, 360 dunks, Put them in the dunk contest. If you don't want to get the NBA, if the NBA players don't want to do it, go out there and say, okay, guys, we're doing a dunk contest for all you guys.
Amateurs.
You know what I mean? The ones that be doing all these crazy dunks. Yeah.
Because like I don't want to see Victor Wembanyama or whatever his name is. I don't want to see him in the dunk contest. I will be asleep after
that. Would look so awful.
That would be like,
listen.
Also, you know it is. Ain't got nothing to do with the man's skill. Ain't got nothing to do, but you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that.
Man, 7'5", he's got to reach up.
There's no way he could be creative.
He can't even jump. He just reaches.
The only way I want to see him is he dunking from the half line. If he dunking from the half court, I'm like, okay.
Danny, he could stand under the rim and do like 2 360s in a row and just put it up. You don't even have to jump. There you go.
Exactly. He'll be born.
Winner. Yeah, I don't want to see that.
But I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind those. What's that? Dunk league that they have.
I don't know.
It's some type of dunk league they do.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I can't think of what it's called. But I want to get three or four of those best dunkers compete against NBA's best dunkers.
That'd be cool.
And the winner gets
a contract.
Gets a contract or a chance to get an NBA contract.
Yeah, a 10-day contract, baby.
10-day contract. And if an NBA player wins, give him a check.
Yep. I go for that. Let me read some of these super chats. We got 7 people watch. We had almost 10 at one time. HT Basel said, this ain't professional at all. You can do it in the playoffs when the series on the line, but at the beginning of the season, non-coach. I think you're referring to JJ. I'll give him a pass on this, Basel. Like he said, he's not a zombie. He's not emotional, man. You sitting right here in our man cave or living rooms, wherever you're watching. Man, we do worse than that. I know I've done worse than that. So
yep.
I ain't killing him on this one. But I'm just saying, you got to be watchful because we don't have cameras in our home showing all the crazy stuff we do. But he's being watched all over the world. And he's on one of the most prestigious teams in the world, and he's already under some scrutiny because they believe he didn't earn it, that he was pretty much given it by LeBron. So just gotta be careful what you do and how you do it.
Facts.
David DQ said very demoralizing. He'd be all right. Ty Lue is with Boston. I don't know. I didn't hear that.
See what the Clippers, isn't he?
Is he?
Where is Ty Lue? Let me top it up. Where is Ty Lue?
Yeah, the Clippers.
Yeah, he signed a new deal.
He's the head coach?
Yeah, he's been head coach for the last few years. He signed a new deal all the way up to 2029, making approximately $1 million a year. No.
Oh, well, head coach of the Clippers?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. He's been head coach of the Clippers for the past 2 seasons, I know. Mm-hmm. There were talks about trying to get him to go to the Lakers. And it's like, the Clippers ain't doing that.
Well, I mean, with the way the Clippers are going right now, he might as well.
I'm saying, ain't nobody going to be the scapegoat for LeBron. That's right. These quality coaches that would probably go if LeBron was on the team, because what they did, Darvin Ham, they took a lot of heat for that. And I don't think Jenny Buss, I don't think she got a backbone. I think she's letting Kurt Rambis' wife run it. What does she know about basketball?
Yeah, but Ty Lue already coached LeBron, right? So
yeah, you saw his hair went from black to gray in the middle of the
season. All I'm saying is because Kawhi Leonard's out indefinitely, Paul George is gone. That Clippers situation is not a situation you want to be coaching right now.
If I'm making $14 million, I think I don't care.
Exactly.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I ain't going nowhere.
You telling me again, and I ain't got no level of expectation to win. Okay, let's keep it at 500, maybe 550, 600, and let's go to the bank, baby.
Yeah, but it depends, though. You know what I mean? Depends on what he wants, right? If he's one of those coaches that wants to, coach a championship team and stuff like that, because I'm pretty much sure that's what he was.
LeBron. He got it.
Huh?
He good. He got it with LeBron. He good.
Yeah, I guess. But again, you won with LeBron. I could win with LeBron. That's why Kawhi Leonard didn't really want to go play with LeBron, because that's the thing. It's like, oh yeah, you won the championship, but you won with LeBron. Look at KD. He's been chasing championships ever since because he gets to talk. Oh yeah, you won a championship, but you won with Golden State. People don't rate his championships. You know what I mean?
Everybody put that gun to his head. He did that.
No, I agree. But people don't rate his championships. Like I don't rate his championships. You went to a team that was already in the finals, that was already good without you. Then you helped them, I guess, win the 2 championships, and now it's like, oh yeah, I'm the best. No, you're not, because you can't do it by yourself.
Yeah. DQ said, I know they have a snowball's chance in hell of winning Sunday at the Broncos. Who is he talking about? Who's playing? The Broncos is playing who? Kansas City? I don't think so, bro. There's something magical about Kansas City. I don't know if it's magic or witchcraft or whatever, but them cats, I don't know what it is. I think has anybody ever been undefeated and win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, Miami.
They won the Super Bowl that year?
Yeah, Miami.
Okay.
Miami's the only team that done it. Patriots.
No, they went undefeated in the season. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, they won the Super Bowl. And New England is the only team that ever went undefeated but lost the Super Bowl. So.
I think they're about to do it again. I could be wrong.
You think Kansas City is going to go undefeated?
I think they're going to win the Super Bowl.
I don't know if they play Baltimore or they play
man, Baltimore. Baltimore is good offensively, but defense, man.
Yeah, defense, the way they play, yes.
Bro.
They played Thursday. I was like, man.
Bro, don't let's not even talk about that garbage game, man.
It's coming. Not now, but it's coming. Go Rams. For a big fan, Nzo, the Alouettes are trailing 16-27. I don't have any idea who that is.
It's the Montreal Alouettes, Canadian football team. I don't give a shit about them. They could trail 80-0. What do I care for?
Feel the same about the Chiefs, DQ, and Dolphins. Not sure what you're referring to. A competitor attitude, I'm with it. Yep. Hail to the Redskins. What's up? Oh, that's what you're saying. Hail to the Redskins. That's what that means. HTTR.
Oh, who in the world would have known that?
I'm a fan. I didn't know, but hey.
I was thinking it was Hater or something.
I thought it was. And sea chickens. What's a sea chicken?
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Ain't nobody care about them Washington Redskins, bro.
Watch them out, bro.
I'm just saying.
Come there. You should know what HTT. No, I don't know, bro. You got me on that. I know it now, but I didn't know. I did not have a clue what you was talking about. Chargers, damn them. Yep, I hate the sea chickens. I ain't mad at Seattle.
I am. I always will be.
Cool. Hey, it was the season of boom. I mean, the Legion of Boom. Whew.
I couldn't stand them.
Dumb boys.
And that little hobby they had back there.
Meaning that
they was laying the wood on people, boy. Woo!
I can stand them either.
I hate them.
What's that dude's name? Richard Sherman. I hated that dude.
Oh, that dude, that overrated.
Man, when they played in that navy blue with that lime green, and they had Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch was fire, boy.
I swear that man took a bump right before the fourth quarter. You couldn't even stop him.
Marshawn Lynch overrated.
Negative. No.
I'd take him in a heartbeat.
They would have won that Super Bowl had that dumb coach not had his ego in check.
I get it, but after they had 3 years of the Legion of Boom that were really good, and after 2 years back to back,
they could have been back to back, but he gave it to Russell to make the decision. And I like Russell, but man, Marshawn Lynch, you've been riding his back all game. Why not let the man win it? But you don't want him to be the MVP. Pete Carroll, you cost that franchise a Super Bowl, bro. Would you rather have Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron in their prime on your team? Bro.
It depends for me. If I'm just trying to put fans in the stands and make a lot of money, I might go for LeBron prime because he does bring a lot of money to a franchise. But if I'm trying to win, I'm taking Michael.
Y'all may not believe, but I'm gonna tell you this. I think when Michael Jordan was playing and when he started winning, the time he went to the last game, I might have missed 2 games that whole time. It was prime time, must see. if I'm at work, I'm trying to get to the break room, or we trying to do whatever to watch that game. I didn't never had that same level of commitment to watching Kobe and LeBron. And both of them, all three of them are fantastic. I couldn't get one, but I could get the other, or I couldn't get that one, but get the other one, I'd be happy. But if I'm starting my team and I got first pick and I ain't in their primes, of course it's Michael Jordan for me all day long. But if I couldn't get him, I'd sure take Kobe. And if I couldn't get Kobe, I sure would take LeBron. So, but if I got first pick, it's gonna be MJ every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going with Kobe.
Kobe, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
There was a clip I was watching. They said before Ron Harper got hurt, he's the next Michael, like just playing just as good as Michael Jordan.
Ron Harper was
not even close.
Ron Harper was defensively, because like Michael said, hey, their biggest mistake was taking Ron Harper off me.
They say offensively that clown was before he got hurt.
It was something before he got hurt.
No, not even close.
I don't know about Michael Jordan level, but he was.
That's just that talk. Like, oh yeah, this guy could be the next Michael Jordan, just like this guy is going to be the next Kobe Bryant. This guy is going to be the next so and so. They do that all the time. I don't think Ron Harper was anything close to Michael Jordan. The closest to Michael Jordan that we have ever seen and will probably ever see is Kobe Bryant. And I just think, to me, I know like Michael Jordan had that dog in him, but I think Kobe's dog was a little bit more than Jordan's, to be honest with you.
Both of them, I think it's 1A, 1B, however you want to put it.
Yeah, 100%. Also, sorry, go ahead, Danny. Sorry, I didn't know.
No, I just saying that they're so close in the way they thought and competed, man. It was crazy. Now, I do think based on the stories I heard, I think Michael Jordan was like superhuman because someone to go out and play like 18 rounds of golf or stay up half the night playing cards. You know, he was a big avid smoker of cigars and gambling, all kind of stuff, but then still come and perform. I don't know if Kobe, I never heard of Kobe exploits for doing all that kind of other crazy stuff and then coming and performing. But I think more of a gym rat, definitely, I think, is Kobe based on the stories I've heard and in the account of the different players.
Yeah, Kobe was more of a gym hat. But I also think, and this is the reason why I'm not taking them because I think Kobe is better than Michael or LeBron or anything like that. I take him because I think Kobe had tougher competition than Jordan and LeBron. I really do.
I can see that.
I really think Kobe had way more tougher competition than those guys.
I have to go back and dissect the season. I don't know because like until Michael Jordan break through, man, them Pistons, boy, they used to beat him up.
Yeah, I get it, but you can count Pistons.
Boston used to beat him up too.
Yeah, Pistons, Boston, Lakers. You know what I mean? Maybe
New York,
the Knicks at one point, right? But now when you took out Kobe, you had San Antonio, you had Sacramento. Even though Sacramento was only for like a year, you had Dallas.
I don't think the play was that aggressive though. I don't think they played as aggressive. I don't think the play was as aggressively for as the hard fouls, more so in Kobe era than Jordan era. I don't know.
I don't know. I think Kobe Bryant's era is more of a balance between Michael's and LeBron's.
Yeah.
You had a lot of stretch fours and stretch fives coming in. The game is a little faster.
I think as the generations progress, like from Michael to Kobe's to now, I think there are more skilled players there are more skilled players on a team than there were back then. Back then, you get like 2 or 3 skilled players, and the rest of it was more like role players. Like everybody says, and I'm just using this example, Jordan and Pippen, and some people even say Pippen was more skilled player than Jordan in certain aspects of it. But I think they were the more skilled players. Like if you go on, let's see, Gary Payton for the Supersonics. If you go to Utah, then it was Karl Malone and Stockton. If you go for the Knicks, then the backcourt at one time was Doc Rivers, Patrick Ewing.
Then
they had
John Starks, who was pretty good too.
So I think back then they had 2 or 3 skilled players or really athletic people. Now there's squads now where everybody on the team shooting threes, skill, and that kind of stuff. So I think the skill level it seems to be growing more so than it was back then in certain positions. And back then the league was driven more by the big man. It was the big man around the big man. Now you build your team around guards or the wing defenders, small forwards, that kind of stuff.
100.
But I will say LeBron's era players aren't as durable as Michael was in
I'll
Kobe.
agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
So I'll say that too. But I remember there were a few years out there in the West where, you know what I mean, you had 1 through 8, and these teams were separated by like 5 games. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you lose 5 games, you could have went from 1 to 8 easy. And
Yep.
that's why I say that I think the West at that time with Kobe and Shaq and Tim Duncan, I think that was the most powerful time the West has ever been, right? Now, when Jordan was playing, the East was dominant, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think there were enough good East teams like there was when Kobe played in the West. Like in the West, from 1 to 8, any one of those teams could have won the championship at any year. But obviously, the best ones did Kobe, Lakers.
Yeah, but what happened? What caused that too, Nzo, is that during Jordan era, a lot of people they stayed on the team. That you very seldom saw trades.
Yeah.
Unless they were to enter their season, enter their careers and stuff. But it was all the time you see starting in Kobe, like the Kobe and Shaq thing. Shaq went to Cleveland, then he went to Boston, then he ended up going to Florida. He went to Miami first and won with D-Wade. Then he went to Cleveland. Then I think ended up in Boston. So they did a lot more moving and now, man, during the summer, man, shoot. LeBron will call somebody or Steph will call somebody. Like the whole team went to Martha's Vineyard to visit KD and get him. So it's a lot more freedom and a lot more joining of power, so to speak.
That was by design by the NBA, right? Because they wanted more parity in the league. They wanted more teams to be able. That's why, like, you have these incentives where you can only get the max if you stayed with your team for like 5 years and up and stuff like that. Because they want a lot of teams, right? The better the teams are, the better the NBA is going to be, right? When you have way more competitive games and stuff like that. Like, if you're looking at your list and you're saying, "Oh, okay, this month we have 2 really tough games, and the rest are just like, blah, we should win these games," then it's not entertaining enough. But now when you're looking at your month list and you're like, "Oh my gosh, we gotta play the Lakers, we gotta play the Spurs, we gotta play, you know what I mean, Dallas, we gotta play Timberwolves, Sacramento," and you're looking at all these games where it's like, yeah, we have to win all of these games. That's why I say that year, those, I guess you would say the 2000s with Kobe, around the 2000s, I think those were the most competitive West division out of all times. Like I think those were the best teams of all.
I got you. Basel says, can we all agree that MJ is the GOAT competitor of the NBA? Cole is the GOAT technician, overall dunks, points, etc. LeBron is the king GOAT for now. Right now, he's the king. He's the GOAT right now. But overall, if you look at stuff, I mean, this is a very subjective question. So a lot of people are going to say things, but right now, there's no denying he is the GOAT in the NBA, currently playing the NBA now. I can't deny that.
I think he's the statistical GOAT. But far as the eye test, I can never put him over Michael. Just can't, because Michael was the NBA. Michael was the NBA. LeBron is just a beneficiary. But dunks, that's subjective too, because Sean Kemp could dunk over somebody and just make it look stupid.
Yeah, there's so many good dunkers.
So many good dunkers. And I don't even think LeBron's ever been the best in-game dunker. I'll give that to Kobe or Vince Carter. Like those two in-game dunkers.
Vince Carter is the best in-game. And another one too, Stevie Francis. You remember him?
Steve Francis. He couldn't even palm the ball. People forget about that. He had small hands, and he
one of the best dunkers in the NBA.
Man, at that size too.
Yep. LeBron ain't Jack. Roberto says the dunk contest is a rookies competition. Yes, right now it needs something. It says King Goat, haha. The guy with the most points in NBA history ain't Jack. LeBron is top 10 in my book, not even top 5.
I'm with you.
Point means Jack in the NBA, Roberto says.
Actually, that's not true.
Well,
he's the GOAT. Points and flopping. But I think if Michael Jordan played as long as he did and took care of his body like LeBron does, I think it would be closer. I think if anybody played as long, because look how long Kareem played 20-something seasons. That's why he was number one for so long. But you mean to tell me now, Michael Jordan played 13 seasons. So LeBron played 7 more seasons now. This is 2021st season, correct?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
So you mean to tell me if Michael Jordan could stay like he was and play 7 more seasons that he wouldn't have as much points as LeBron? I don't
Probably
know.
would have, but he would have had to stay that long. And we already seen that when he went to the Wizards, that wasn't Michael Jordan. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
he did take a bunch of years off and came back.
You realize, let's see what his average was.
And also, and he
he
didn't
was still
play that
averaging
bad.
like 20. He was still averaging
play
like
that.
20, 25 points a game. 100%. But I mean,
I think if Michael played consistently, didn't take those years off before he came back for that other three-peat.
He averaged
Le-
21.2 games with the Wizards.
Did he have a
I mean,
50-point game too once?
How old was
he probably did. But
Yeah.
but I'm just saying like LeBron's longevity probably won't be matched again. You know what I
Oh
mean?
no, well, he probably takes some. Well, I'm not gonna put that out, but he's injecting himself with something because ain't no way somebody that old played that long can still jump better, higher, run faster. Is no way.
Than these young guys.
Physically, it's
Yeah.
impossible.
He was
I'm not-
38 when he came out of retirement and started playing with the Wizards in September 2001. He played for 2 seasons. He averaged 21 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds per game.
That
And
ain't
let's
bad.
see, for 38-year-old, let's see now. What does LeBron average? What
Oh, LeBron killed that.
LeBron
But
Yeah.
average at 38 years old?
LeBron's still
LeBron
averaging.
averages 28 points, 6 assists, 8 rebounds. That can't be right. You don't average those 6 blocks per game.
6 what?
maybe 6 turnovers per game.
It says 6 BPG. That can't be. B stand for blocks. That I don't believe he averaged no
No,
6
you
blocks
can
per
get no
game.
6 bucks per game. No, somebody probably edited that.
But he averages 28 points. I mean, so that's what 7 more points than Jordan, 2 more assists, and 4 more rebounds at age 38. So
Yeah, LeBron's still
Yeah.
doing it. You know what I mean? LeBron's still doing it, but maybe if Jordan didn't take those years off, maybe. But
and you can't deny LeBron takes more care of his body than Jordan does because there's those millions of dollars he spend in the off season. I don't think Jordan did that.
right,
that
and
new
Jordan
juice,
was a
you know, that new
drinker and smoker, right? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't know about drinker, but he definitely was a smoker.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, Jordan was a drinker.
Cigars, he did, yeah.
Yeah, Jordan was a drinker. Jordan was a drinker. Like the Kwame Brown story, he said when he met Jordan at the club, they ordered 2 shots. Boom, he had shots with Jordan and Charles Oakley. So Jordan was a drinker.
I can see that because in my book, Kobe is my number 1 and Robin is in my top 5. You are sick, Bowser. If Robin is in your top 5. But statistically, I can't dispute facts. Top 5 rebounder, yes. But top 5 player, no. No way.
When it comes to rebounding, Rodman's number 1.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I just
Rodman's
said
number
top
1.
5 rebounder, yes. But top 5 player, no.
Mhm.
Of course not.
There's no way. He ain't my top 20.
Man, I probably wouldn't make mine either, to be honest with you.
Not overall player, no.
No, even not top 20, nowhere near it.
Yeah.
Yep, Flop King. Brother say ha ha ha. BQ says, would you rather have Larry Bird, Karl Malone, or Magic? Magic. That's a no-brainer.
Ooh, I don't know, man. It depends
Prime
on who else I
Magic.
got on my team, man. Because I would say if you put Larry Bird on that team with Kareem and took Magic off, put him in Boston, I'm curious about how that would have worked out.
It wouldn't be Showtime. It'd be slow time.
It wouldn't be Showtime, but man, it's
I'll take a Prime Magic. I'll take a Prime Magic.
I don't know. Because Larry Bird was putting work on
Yeah,
Magic.
Larry Bird was a beast.
Larry Bird nasty.
Yeah.
But if you look at the wins,
Yeah.
Magic got them. You get a
Does he?
championship. Magic,
Does-
Magic got more championships more wins over Bird than the.
How many championships
but-
does Magic has 5? How many
Magic
championships
got
does Bird
5.
have?
Larry Bird only got 3.
He only has 3?
I wonder if he took Kareem off that team. It's almost like the Kobe Bryant thing, right? You take Shaq off that team. What
Shaq
difference?
got more. Shaq got more. I mean, Kobe got more rings than Shaq. That's why they
It's
always.
true, but what 2 of them were like 2 or 3 of them were with Shaq, right?
3 were with
How many
Shaq.
does Magic have with Kareem?
I think Magic
With
played it all
Kareem?
on with Kareem.
All 5.
Yeah, so if you take Kareem off, I'm not hating anybody for saying Magic.
Yeah,
I
but with
just-
Kareem, one of those without Magic.
That is, well, he did get 1. That's what
But
Oscar.
would he
but,
win all 5?
Yeah,
Magic was the gas. The Lakers
Lakers were
Showtime
kinda-
was the vehicle, but Magic is the gas.
that's a tough one. I won't put Karl Malone in that setting at all.
No.
But
Just saying for me, I like Larry. To me, it would be Magic first, Larry second, Malone third.
I'm not mad at that at all. It's just it's tough, man. I don't know.
That's not crapping on Larry Bird. Because if I couldn't get Magic, I'm definitely going after him in the prime. But I like Magic's style of play better than Bird.
Yeah.
But it depends on your style of play. If you like the half court game, then of course it's going to be Bird. If you like fast running gun, it's going to be Magic.
Because I mean, Bird could run with him too. Didn't Larry beat Magic in the championship?
No, I can't go with you on that, JG. I can go with you on that.
I mean, he can't run like Magic did. Magic was
Oh.
just like a steam engine. He just that
Okay.
size and athleticism he had for that period. He was very athletic for that time.
Bird was smart and fundamentally sound. Some of his stuff, but
I guess I love
very
stories
fast.
when they say Bird was like, "Hey, chump, I'm finna go over here and shoot a 3 in the corner," and then I just 3 in the corner.
Yeah,
Just those stories, man. I just love them.
yeah.
I don't know.
His stories is cold now. I give you that.
I don't know. Yeah.
Roberto said Magic. Karl Malone shouldn't be there, but Karl Malone got more points than Magic. Than Michael.
Yeah, but no
What-
championships.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but he ain't no slouch.
Oh no.
I think he top 75, ain't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
but then you
top
think about what would he be without John Stockton? Did John
Should
Stockton
he
get
be
those
a top
assists
A
too?
lot of people say, what would MJ
Well,
be without Pippen?
Yeah, that's true. So
I
it-
mean, you can't dwell on the what
that's
if.
why I say it depends on what my team is made up of. Before I
MJ
can-
would have been MJ without Pippen. It's just would he have had the championships?
That's
the
what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that. statement.
MJ would have been MJ.
because MJ almost had a triple double like 1 or 2 years. So he was skilled. He can do all those things, but he needed a
Yeah,
Rob.
he still would be Michael Jordan, but he couldn't do it by himself. He couldn't get over the hump by himself.
No.
Mhm.
And that pains me to say that, but he couldn't. He could not have done it by himself.
No. The Pistons were too brutal, and the Knicks were too brutal with him. You know what I mean? Different basketball.
It's just
That's
like
why-
when the Lakers played, when Allen Iverson played the Lakers. You know, Iverson by himself gonna give you 1, maybe 2,
Mhm.
but it was just too strong.
It was too strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that he got that one game, it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it was like, that's all you're getting, though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, winning 4 games, that's hard to
Yeah.
do. Boy.
Yeah.
Would you rather have Tim Duncan, Shaq, or Dennis Rodman?
That's-
Now, this is the
Ooh.
most dominant player is Shaq. Shaq prime, I'd rather Shaq. But if I want something fundamentally sound, of course, it's going to be Tim Duncan. Dennis Rodman, if I just got to have rebounds, but it's between Shaq and because Shaq was unstoppable when he was in prime and motivated. Tim Duncan, just 2 different styles of game, though. But
And the only person that was able to beat Shaq on a regular basis was Tim Duncan. It's Tim Duncan all day, every day. He's a way better player than Shaq.
Beat
Way
him
better player.
constantly.
Huh?
You said beat him consistently?
No, I said beat him. Like the only person, yeah, consistently. I mean, they lost in the playoffs and all this time, but Tim Duncan has always held his own against Shaq. Always.
I ain't saying
It
I
was
hold his
either-
own, but I'm saying I don't think he just totally shut Shaq down.
No, but Shaq never shut down Tim Duncan either. And as big as Shaq is, he never shut Tim Duncan down. Never. Duncan would score 30 points against Shaq on a regular basis. And it's just that Shaq had the
I'm taking Tim Duncan.
Shaq's had the X factor, which was Kobe.
He's up.
I'm taking Tim Duncan. Just because I could do more with him. I could put Tim at the top of the key, let him run the offense, put him down in the post, put him in the mid range. He's basically unstoppable. Shaq, he's in the post, you can't mess with him. But outside of that, nah.
You put Shaq in a pick and roll and he's done.
Yes, sir. Regular season, Shaq scored 21 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 0.4 steals, 2.7 blocks on 55.2% shooting. Career, 23.7 points on 58% total scoring. Duncan was 22 points, 12 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 0.7 steals, 1.4 blocks on 49% total shooting. Career, 19 points, 55.1. In the playoffs, Shaq would score average 22 points. Duncan would average 25. Shaq would average 12.8 rebounds. Duncan would average 13. Shaq would average 2.2 assists. Duncan would average 3.8. Shaq would average, that can't be right.
What?
2.8 blocks. Duncan would average 2.4 blocks. So in the playoffs, Duncan was better scorer all around.
Well, here's a stat for you right here.
In regular season, it said in their career, Shaq won 18 games to Duncan 14.
Yeah, I was about to say that, yeah.
And in playoffs, it's tied 15 for 15.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why, and I say this, is because Kobe, right? You have Kobe and a Shaq. It's extremely, almost impossible to stop both of them. One of them is going to get off. I don't care how good your team is. One of them is going to get off. So you got to pick your poison. And I think a lot of the poison that the Spurs picked was Kobe, right? They focused on Shaq, right? That's what they did.
The hacker Shaq.
Well, here's another stat for you right here. Championships, Tim Duncan 5 to Shaq's 4.
Oh, 100%.
First team All NBAs, 10 for Tim Duncan, 8 for Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
All NBAs, 15 for Tim, 14 for Shaq. All defensive, 15 for Tim Duncan, 3 for Shaq. MVPs, 2-1 Tim Duncan. Finals MVPs tied 3-3. All Stars tied 15-15 apiece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cheated Shaq one of those MVPs. There's no way Steve Nash should have beat Shaq out.
He should have beat Kobe. So
I don't know, man. I don't know, man, because those years, Phoenix Suns were a beast, and it was all because of Nash. So
not back to back, though. I give him one.
Yeah, back to back. If it wasn't for that suspension that year, they could have possibly beat the Spurs, right? They were that good. The run and gun was that good, and because they had Amir Stoudemire, their defense wasn't that good. But I remember there was one press conference, and they were asking Pop, like, "Oh, how do you guys think you did? You know, how did you do against Amir Stoudemire?" And Pop laughed and said, "He scored 50 points on us. How the hell how good do you think we did?" You know what I mean? Like, Amir Stoudemire was a beast. He was one of those players, like, I think every NBA player has a player where it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't, you know. He was Tim Duncan's player. That was like, oh my gosh, Tim Duncan had a hard time stopping this guy. Couldn't stop him, you know. So
yeah.
I think Shaq said his was Greg Oystertag or something like that. It was someone like you would not expect, and if you Google it, you can find out. But Shaq talks about one player that wasn't that good, but Shaq says, I couldn't stop him. You know what I mean? This guy would get the best of me. And he said even Yao Ming was one of those players too. But yeah, but when it comes to Tim Duncan, he was an all-around better player.
Commanders, you mean the Redskins? Yes, Redskins. Shaq.
It's okay. They're losing this week.
Roberto said Shaq. Rodman is my guy. Hey, you like him, man? That's you, bro.
I mean, he's instrumental every team he's been on.
I would take Tim before Rodman. I think everybody would, Roberto. Nobody went after Kobe like they after MJ. They tried to kill MJ.
Now it depends. I'll
Yeah,
say
Detroit.
this.
Detroit
It
did.
depends on what you need Rodman for, right? Because if you have a good team and you just need a rebounder, I would take Rodman
I
all
don't
day.
care. I'm not taking Robert over Tim Duncan if it's available.
No,
in the
of
pick.
course. Yeah, no, of
That,
But
course.
here's
was
the
a
thing,
mistake.
right? I would say
yeah,
if you took Rodman off that Bulls team against the Jazz, what the Bulls had won that championship. Because he was very
probably not.
key in guarding
Yeah,
Karl Malone.
yeah.
So sometimes you need that glue guy, even though he's statistically, offensively, he's not all that great, but he does all those little things. But I think he's like Tim Duncan can do all those little things and score. So
yeah. Because Jordan, remember those guys, they hated each other. But when Jordan had him on the team, that last year when they did the last championship they won, and Jordan wanted to run it back, he said he wanted Rodman back. He said, I want everybody back. I want Rodman. I want Pippen. He said he wanted everybody back, including Rodman, because he knew that Rodman was the Horace Grant of that year, right? The first 3 years it was Horace Grant. The second 3 years it was Dennis Rodman. And Jordan was the only one that could keep Rodman in check. So.
Yeah, he didn't like it at first. Then he said, "Okay, I gotta have this if I want to win." So hey, that's all to him. Would you rather play a full team of rookies and no names, or a team that has veterans but unlikely to win more than 5 games? Well,
I mean, can I switch some veterans out and trade them?
I gotta see what these rookies are.
Yeah.
These rookies got to be vetted, because if they're not vetted, and I don't know, they could be to say JJ words, a bunch of plumbers. Then no, I want no plumbers. I want some vets.
And how much is my contract? Or what much money am I getting?
Not saying either.
Well, I mean, I would rather play with a team like, let's say, okay, so if it's a bunch of rookies, but we good and we winning, I would rather play that than with a bunch of veterans where I'm not going to win no more than 5 games. I don't know.
He said likely.
Yeah, likely to win
Unlikely
5
to win
games.
more than 5
Unlikely to win more than 5 games. Yeah, I don't know.
What kind of veterans am I playing with?
Yeah, but on paper, a lot of people, you see some things on paper like, man, they're gonna be fantastic, and they got there and perform because they look like a turd sandwich, and then it could be the other way around.
But you look at those rookies, man. Those egos start coming into play. I mean, look at the Pelicans. All that talent, it can't seem to get anything together. So that could be a headache in itself.
I do like the fact that the old boy has lost about 40 pounds. So
yeah,
but like that.
I haven't even watched him play yet. But I'll say this:
you don't even look like yourself now, boy.
Oh,
the
don't
dietitian, he's working out. Explosive.
That girl he had cost him all that money. That's why.
Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, we have been on an hour and 14 minutes. We ain't got the NFL yet.
Yeah, let's go.
First take. It says, "I'm still not sold." This is Shannon Sharp, Cam Newton, and Stephen A. talking about the Steelers and the Commanders. This is on this week's show. I think it was Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. They were on some campus. I'm not sure what campus they were on, but they were not in studio. They were talking about their concerns with the Steelers against the Commanders. The question was pretty much which one has a more probable ability of going to the Super Bowl. Shannon said he think Commanders may have a little bit more, but Stephen A. and Ken were for Pittsburgh. So we'll play a little bit of this clip, see what they were saying there. We can respond on it.
Tomlin is 25-6 all time when facing rookie quarterbacks. The Commanders and Steelers were playoff afterthoughts in the preseason, but thanks to spectacular starts, you got to love the parity in football. Both are now heavy favorites to make the postseason. So, Shay, you're up first. Which team is the bigger Super Bowl sleeper, Steelers or Commanders?
I'm gonna say the Commanders. I think the Commanders because they have a rookie quarterback. I don't think a whole lot was expected of them. I know no one thought they'd be sitting atop the NFC East at this point of the season. I mean, for the most part, a lot of people thought that with a quarterback, the Pittsburgh Steelers could be really good considering the defense that they had.
For sure.
So long as you got a defense, you got a quarterback that doesn't turn the ball over and is at least competent. That's all we're asking. Every quarterback can't be Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson. Just be competent when you have an outstanding defense.
And they have that in Russell Wilson. But all things being equal, when you have a rookie quarterback and you're 7-2, I think they're 7-2 at this point, and they're playing as well as they're playing, I think the Commanders are the biggest Super Bowl sleeper.
Stephen A.
Shannon, you're wrong. I'm sorry to break it to you. You're wrong. You're wrong. The answer to this particular question is the Steelers. I will remind you that in terms of scoring defense, they're number 2 in the league. In terms of rushing defense, they're 4th in the league. Total defense, they're 9th in the league. I'll take that into account. I'll take into account the fact that since Russell Wilson has arrived as their quarterback, they've gone from averaging 20 a game to 31 points a game. A little, what is it, like 283 yards now? It's over 417 yards per game. I'd also like to add, they are, since this Cat Warren returned to the lineup, that dual running back situation, Steelers averaging 166 yards rushing. That's what they're doing. So I'm looking at all of those different things, and I'm saying, okay, so let me get this straight. Your passing game is improved because Russell Wilson's behind center. Your running game is improved because Warren has arrived. Okay, your defense is still there, and TJ Watt. Who the hell did I just say? I said TJ Watt. Damn it, that's who the hell I said. Okay, so I'm looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm saying I'm very impressed. Jaden Daniels is that dude. He's something special. Yes. I'm very impressed with the job Quinn has done. Yeah. I'm very impressed with.
Agree with you with the Steelers, but also keep this in mind.
Okay.
There's a lot of delusion.
Look at this clown. Where's he dressed for? He looks just like a circus clown right there. And that is distracting because what's coming out of his mouth is very knowledgeable. It's on point. I agree with his points of view. We know he knows what he's talking about. I'll tell you, that right there would drive me crazy if I was sitting beside him.
So everything that you said was true, but they played the Jets and they played the Giants.
Right.
So let's
well, they were bad against those other teams too. They've been bad offensively.
But you always talk about competition.
Yes.
Yeah, but they've been bad for 3 years offensively.
But I'm saying when you're talking about comparing and you're comparing stats is in regards to Russell Wilson has been playing good football.
Okay.
When I look at the sleeper to the question, I'm saying the Steelers are built for the playoffs. They have a running game. They're trying to control the whole flow of the game.
Right.
They can lean on their defense, right? So with that type of formula, that's something that you're saying we're going to make not just say an appearance in the playoffs, a deep push in the playoffs. I'm still not sold on.
You shouldn't be.
I'm not sold just because of the mere fact that the competition, Molly, to your point, it's like it hasn't been something that we said, okay.
Well, I would say don't be.
I can't watch no more.
I'll say this, and this goes back to fantasy because I seen last week, I think it was last week, Quentin dropped TJ Watt, and I was like, oh, I got to pick up TJ Watt, but I had the game, so I couldn't. Completely forgotten that someone else picked him up. I was like, damn it, I forgot to pick up TJ Watt, bro. I think he might be
Let's
in the
change
works.
that. I don't even like that defensive spot on there.
You don't like what?
That the defensive player spot on there. I would rather have a flex player.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I mean,
Crosby, and Crosby was a beast with the Raiders, but he ain't doing nothing now. I wouldn't play hard if I was him. He ain't got no quarterback. They gave away his receiver.
Yeah.
He ain't got nothing to play for.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead and get back to it.
No, I was just saying, it's going to be a tough game. I mean, Washington's good. I 100% believe that. So I'm picking Steelers, but I don't.
It's like if you do the leopard skin on them forever.
Hey, man, I don't know. The hat was kind of weird, but other than that, I did not really.
He matched man, but I just
That's too much.
I wear a lot of suits and stuff, so that's why I that's just one of my things. That would drive me crazy.
Shannon over there look like a picnic blanket over where you got on.
And be wearing some wild colors too.
Yeah.
But at least he matching. At least he got the coat and the pants. But
I'm trying to figure out what was on his head. I'm like, what is that stuff on his head?
like a deer with antlers or something. I couldn't tell it all.
But I'll say this. I'm gonna walk back what I said last week. Where the question was Steelers and Super Bowl. After what I saw Thursday night with the Ravens, what I'm seeing, Steelers obviously have a great chance to get to the Super Bowl. Washington, they reminded me a lot of the Houston Texans, right? Last year or the year before when they rookie quarterback came out of nowhere, I would say dominate, but doing really good. Got them to the playoffs. They lost, but I mean, they're really good. I think the Commanders are hitting the league by storm because no one expected it. I want to say no one, but unless you were just a fan, a lot of people didn't expect it. And man, they got a long road. They will make the playoffs, of course, unless some barring days lose every game rest of the season. But they got a long road to the playoffs, man. Those teams they got, I don't know. I think the way the AFC is right now, again, like I'm walking back what I said last week, those juggernauts I thought they had, I'm not too sure about it now. I'm not too sure.
Who were you saying? Baltimore? You don't think Baltimore's the juggernaut?
I mean, Baltimore, even Kansas City, even though they're winning, they're not winning like they're not dominating wins,
They're
right?
not decisively, yeah.
What happened in that game showed to me that Baltimore's defense needs a lot of work, man. I didn't even watch the game, but I could just look at the score, and even Cincinnati as well. Like those two teams, they may be able, to put up points, but if they go up against a good defense, they might be in trouble. So
exactly. So Pittsburgh, I mean, just
and Kansas City
so
defense
balanced right now.
is better than both of those.
Kansas City's defense, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And even if the Commanders beat Pittsburgh, I'm still not sold that the Commanders will get to the Super Bowl.
No, I don't think the Commanders will get the Super Bowl. I think they're going to get the playoffs.
Yeah, they'll get the playoffs, but I think they could get.
But then next year, I think they'll put some more pieces together. Maybe get me another good wide receiver. They tight end. They're pretty stable at their tight end with Ertz. Not sure about their running back. I really haven't been following play like I should, but I think they definitely need some pieces on the other side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball. And right now, I don't think nobody really had a lot of footage on Daniels. But next year, oh yeah, you better believe them defensive coordinators. They're going to be doing schemes. They're going to be looking at tape, analyzing, seeing his strengths, his weaknesses, his tendencies. And unless he's just going to be one of those players that you just can't stop, because that first year RG3, man, he was unbeatable. But then they figured him out. So you just figure them out where they could be one of those quarterbacks that can adapt and overcome and keep each offseason add another layer to his game. If he can do that, then I think they'll be successful. But this year, I would love for them to go to the Super Bowl. But if I'm being totally honest, I don't think they're going to make it.
So wait a minute. Hold on. Is Stephen A. wearing running shoes with his suit?
Sneakers. They do it all the time.
Steve should do it all the time. He used to wear Jordans all the time.
They do it all the time.
Clown.
That's a style.
Yeah.
I don't do it, but
I don't like
because they standing up so long, whatever. That's why they do it. A lot of the commentators do it. I don't like that, but a lot of them do it. If I ain't mistaken, like old boy got sneakers on too.
Who? Cam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's sitting on grass, man. I want to get my good loafers dirty. I want to wear some tennis shoes.
Yeah. Nah, bro. I'm wearing a nice dress shoe. Why not? You know what I mean? Just can't sit down half of the time anyway. So you sign up for a bit.
And I would say one thing. I can't stand Molly talking. She would look like a snack over there.
Look at you.
I'm telling you,
I'm just saying, I'm simple man.
I hear what you're saying. She's an attractive woman, but man, she gets on my nerves when they be in the Florida conversation.
Yeah.
Hello. Wait. Look, nobody is tuning in. I'm not. I can't speak for no other, but I'm not tuning in to hear your conversation, Molly. I'm tuning in to hear these other guys. I don't want to hear what you got to say. And a lot of times, it'd be a bunch of bull jockey. It'd be like, man. Okay, last topic. I was thinking about this all week, and I was going to do a video on it, but I didn't do it. But the name of the video I was going to do was, I don't think Jerry Jones really wants to win another Super Bowl, and this is why I think that. There's a lot of evidence. Y'all know how much did he pay for back in 1989? I think it was how much he paid for the Dallas Cowboys. Anybody got a clue?
Don't remember.
$140 million. That's what he paid. I looked it up. You know how much it's worth now?
Got to be in the billions.
$11 billion.
Do
the math on that. He's already won 3 championships since he purchased it. He acts like he wants to win, but he does stupid stuff. Stupid thing one. You get a top 10 running back that lives in your state, that works out in your state, has said publicly, I want to be a Dallas Cowboy, and you never call him in. And that's Derrick Henry. And now he's in the talk for being possibly MVP this year. Saquon Barkley was available. Said he would come. Did not reach out to Saquon Barkley. What he does, he go back and get Ezekiel Elliott, who he paid enough money for his family to have generational wealth if he chooses money right, who is a has-been on the back end of his career to go there and say they're going to be competitive and win. He waits several weeks past the trade deadline where he could save money and help his cap. But what he does? He spends more money and messes up his cap by signing CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott late. On top of that, Dak Prescott maybe on his best day a top 10 quarterback statistically. And now he's the highest paid quarterback. You see this same man, you pay this money, all the generational wealth, and he says clearly, we effing suck. Now, if you feel that, that's one thing, but don't say it where the cameras can see it. And now they blasting every day on Sports Center, First Take, First Things First, everything else. That's not a good look. I just don't think he want to win. I just don't think he says like he want to win, but I think he's more worried about those sound bites he have on his weekly radio show and talking to the crowd and talking to the reporters and seeing himself. He got nothing to really want. I've already won. I got the highest paid, the most valuable team in the world. My merchandise is selling through the roof. These other owners, they don't know who they are. I couldn't name nobody else. The Rooneys. What's the guy? I know the guy over the Raiders. Not Raiders, but the
Davis. Patriots. Kraft.
But if I had to name all 30 teams, all 28 teams, owners, I couldn't do it. But everybody knows who Jerry Jones is. And he has one of the best stadiums. I got a friend of mine who's a diehard Dallas Cowboy. So he's ever been to in his life. So I don't think he really wants to win. I think he says that, but why would you want to win when you ain't doing making the necessary moves to win? You're going back and getting has-been running backs. You got 2 top 10 running backs in the league now that both are in the hunt for MVP. You got an opportunity to get them. You don't even give them a call. And you signing people late, wasting money. So I don't think he want to win. I think he says that, but I think he doesn't want to be relevant and chilling like he is now.
I think that's why he did that, though. Why he didn't go after them, because he knew he was going to have to pay Lamb and Dak. You know what I mean? Like Dak got this crazy contract now. Lamb got a crazy one too, and I think that's why he didn't go for Henry, which is stupid. But I would have talked to Jack.
You're a billionaire 11 times over.
Yeah, I know. But the salary cap is a bit.
Ain't gonna hurt him.
But remember, a lot of these billionaires, 11 times over, they want to be a billionaire 12 times over, 13 times over. They don't want to stop being billionaires. They don't want to get,
but what they're doing, they're gonna get more money. I don't think it's this year, but next year, when they renegotiate them TV deals, I heard it's gonna be crazy. I mean, the money now is already crazy. I heard it's gonna be like ridiculous once they restructure these TV deals.
Yeah, so
probably.
I mean, so what's the point of? I mean, win or lose, they're still the highest, franchise for revenue, merchandise sales. We combine them, but do you blame them in a way? I mean, as a fan, as a competitor of the NFL, yeah, I want my team to get the Super Bowl and win every year, right? Mm-hmm. But on Jerry Jones' side, this is business for him. It's just, I'm making billions no matter we win or lose.
And I think I didn't feel this way. I actually feel sorry for the Dallas Cowboy fans. I used to hate them.
Oh, I don't. Every time they cry, I laugh.
I might smirk.
Oh no!
I feel sorry for them now because they actually think that he's trying to get them another Super Bowl, and I don't think he is. I think he's putting the biggest okey doke of all times.
I think he wants to do enough to keep them relevant, in which the fans can make them relevant. But hey, as long as they lose, I'm smiling.
You know, I think he wants to win the Super Bowl. I just think he thought he had enough with what he has now that they would win one. And now Dak is over there, you know, telling the sideline people on the team that we suck. You know what I mean?
And
And
now he's
yeah,
out for the rest of the season.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then his backup, everybody saying he doing better than that.
You talk about the little short guy,
The
white
guy
guy,
that came
or
in, the guy that came in and finished the game. I can't think of his name.
I didn't even see that. I didn't even watch. I didn't.
Yeah,
I
he got
hate
hurt
watching
his last game.
Yeah, he did.
He came in and finished the game and did better.
And I was watching Brian and them in their sports show, and I was like, man, I don't trust Dak. I should play him. They're like, yeah, man, you should play Dak. You should play Dak. Yeah, I'm gonna play Dak. And I'm like, and I went to my team and I took out Dak. I put him in. I took him out. I put him in. I took him out.
Rush.
And I said, you know what? I'm gonna stick with Stafford. And thank God I did, because Dak stunk it up again.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Rush is
Cooper Rush.
outperforming Dak.
Okay. Yeah, he's pretty decent. I like him.
Yep. So that's my rant on that. DQC, would you rather coach the Titans or Panthers without blood pressure meds? Neither one of them.
Just let me croak now.
I think because I'm closer to Panthers, I'm probably about 2 hours from them. I get the Panthers for convenience. But
And Danny's like, I'm 2 hours away and I still ain't spending money to go watch one of their games.
nope. Not unless I play the Commanders. And I can get tickets for that, I'd go. But other than that, nah. They got, and it's getting colder and they got an outside stadium.
Look at this game. Get a winter coat, Danny. That's all you gotta do.
You what?
A winter coat.
Man. Let me say something just now. I don't need a winter coat right here in my cave. I don't need a winter coat at all. All right, fellas, it's time of the show where we're going to make our picks. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, shoot, I forgot about that. Yeah, so let's ask this question first because I got to set it up. But first, I got to go pee, but I can listen to you guys. I asked you the question, Danny, that I thought we should bring up on the show. Were we wrong about Baker Mayfield?
Oh, Baker, like I think you and I talked that, and I said it depends on the system that a quarterback plays in. I don't know whether or not the Browns had the correct system for Baker Mayfield, but right now the quarterback coach and the head coach for Tampa Bay, they seem to be open to developing a style or a system that is going to accentuate Baker's his skill set and his strengths. And man, Baker looking good, man. He was running and gunning last week. I thought he was going to beat the Chiefs at one point because I mean he looked very strong. And I think if he had his number one receiver, they could have pulled it out. But when your number one receiver was on the sideline hurt.
Yeah, but the reason why I asked that is because we were saying he was trash. You know what I mean? Like, I remember, like, nobody wanted him on his fantasy team. We were like, Baker Mayfield is trash. But if you look at it this year, I think he's, like, maybe in the top 10 quarterbacks this year.
Let's see. Baker Mayfield QBR.
Or you guys remember the first week we did it, I said Tampa Bay's one of my dark horse teams. Well-rounded. They got a lot of talent on that team. Coaching staff, I think they could bring out Baker's talents. Now, I still think he's overrated as far as when they drafted him, what they expect him to be.
He ranks 15 out of 28 teams.
15? Okay.
Yeah.
That ain't bad. But yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised.
He's third in touchdowns, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Like he's been killing the touchdowns. Like, and again, a quarterback that was not on my radar. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't even thinking about picking up Baker Mayfield. Like, who wants Baker Mayfield? But when I look at his games and I see his points, I'm like, damn, maybe I should have thought about this guy. Because like I said, we all were like, I'm at least for me anyway. Like, I don't know if you guys thought the same thing. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I was saying he was trash.
I thought he was washed up. I did.
I'm telling y'all, man, when I'm not on that stuff, I know what I'm talking about. I told you guys, beginning of the season.
Let's see.
Oh,
His
my God.
QBR against Washington on the first game was 85. Against Detroit, it was 61. Now he stuck it up against Denver. He was only 16. No, 13. Wow. But then he played Philadelphia. His QBR was 78. Against Atlanta, his QBR was 83. Against New Orleans, it was 50. Against Baltimore, it was 17. Against Atlanta for the second time, it was 54. His last game against the Chiefs, it was 65. So his lowest QBR was week 3 with a 13. Other than that, he's been 50% or higher.
Damn.
And his
Now-
highest was against Atlanta, game 1, 2, 3, 4, week 5 with 83.
Wow. So you see, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and I agree with you. If you put someone in the right system, right, they can prevail. But was that system so bad that we actually thought he was trash?
After hearing what what's his name? Tua said about his last coach, I believe these coaches can make or break these quarterbacks.
I mean, look at Jared Goff. Went to
Yep.
Detroit, killing.
So I think if you get a coach that believes in you and is willing to make adjustments or adapt the system to play to your strengths, I think it'd be a difference, a big time difference. Look at the coach that drafted Fields for Chicago. He did not like him. He said publicly, "I didn't draft you." So Fields didn't flourish in Chicago. And now they just talked about it this week. They were kind of not really criticizing, but they were saying Mike Tomlin, man, he was the only one that wanted to go towards Russell because Fields was winning. They said he would have took a big hit had Russell not continued to win, but they said that's why he get paid the big bucks. He had the cashier to do it. He's never had a losing season, so he get paid to make those hard decisions. And right now, his decision to start Russell is panning out. So I definitely believe if your coach has confidence in you and put you in favorable situations, I think you do good things. And I think that Tampa Bay coach believes in Baker, and we've seen the product of his confidence in him. Right now, this season, he got 23 touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
That ain't bad.
That ain't bad at all. Right
So
now,
there's only 14 games this week. Am I correct on that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's correct.
Okay. And we all picked Baltimore.
That's correct.
On Thursday, right? Every one of us?
Yes, sir.
I really thought they were going to lose that game, though. I really thought they were
too.
going to lose that game. The way that game was going, I was like, oh, Baltimore's going to lose. And I didn't watch it, so I don't know how they came back.
If they'd have got that 2-point conversion, they would have lost.
They would have lost, huh?
To me, it was a ballsy move, but I would have done it. Man, let me get overtime.
No, I feel you because I think it wasn't who did Kansas City play last week?
Look back, I can tell you.
Oh, Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
The Buccaneers. And the Buccaneers had a chance to go for 2 during the end of the game and win it, and they decided to tie it up and then ended up losing. So I probably would have went for the 2. You know what I mean? I
would have because I know I've been beating the defense all day long.
Yeah, I would have done it too. 100%. All right, so let's go. The list is ready. We have the first game up is the New York Giants versus the Carolina Panthers. Danny.
Carolina.
Ooh, okay. JG.
Giants.
Yeah, I'm going with the Giants as well, even though I don't like picking JG's team. No. I'm going with Carolina. I got to go with Carolina on that one. Wait, hold on. First, let me check this one real quick.
I have a question.
Both
Oh,
of them.
How much time do
2-7.
we have before the game starts? Can we change our picks? Do we want to?
You can't.
Okay.
You can't.
Tonight is it. Tonight is
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So you pick right tonight, or you're
Yeah,
stuck.
I've been trying to fight that battle for a long time, JD, but they won't do
it. New England versus Chicago. Danny?
New England.
I'm taking Chicago. I'm gonna take them again this week. JG?
Man, New England's always competitive. That's the problem. I'm gonna go Chicago.
All right. San Francisco versus Tampa Bay. I'm going with the Niners. Danny?
49ers.
JG?
You ain't even ask.
All right, Tampa Bay. Cool.
Not, man,
Oh, no, you're not taking
Niners.
Tampa Bay? Oh,
No,
oh,
you never
oh, no, no. Oh,
really
the
just by
Niners.
49ers. Even when I think
my
they're gonna lose, I still pick them.
Denver versus KC. JG?
Man, I always think Kansas City gonna get upset, but I don't know. I'm gonna go Kansas City.
I'm going to go with Kansas City as well. Danny?
Kansas City.
Next up is we have Buffalo versus Indiana. I am going with Buffalo. There's no doubt in my mind on that one because Indiana screwed me last week. Danny?
Buffalo.
JG?
Buffalo.
Next up, Pittsburgh versus Washington. I'm just going to put Pittsburgh across the board.
No,
I'm gonna go Washington.
I'm going Washington too.
You punk ass bitches. I'm going Washington as well. No, I'm not. I'm going with Pittsburgh all day, every day. What are we talking about here? Let's go Pittsburgh. Minnesota versus Jacksonville. JG.
Minnesota.
Danny.
Minnesota.
And I'm going with Jack, Minnesota. Atlanta versus New Orleans. Danny.
Atlanta.
ATL for me as well. JG.
Atlanta.
Next up is the Chargers versus Tennessee. I am going with the Chargers. JG.
Chargers.
Danny boy.
Chargers.
Next up is New York Jets versus Arizona. Danny.
Jets.
Ooh. JG.
Man, every time I pick the Jets, they freaking lose. And I don't pick them, they win. I'm gonna go Arizona.
God damn it. I didn't want to have to pick the same team as JG, but I'm going with Arizona on this one. Next up is Philly versus Dallas. And I know we're all taking Dallas, right?
Philly.
No way.
But I think Dallas may upset them.
Yeah, Dallas ain't got no quarterback. They ain't upsetting nobody. Philly all across the board. Next up is Detroit versus Houston. I am picking Detroit. JG.
Detroit.
Danny.
Detroit.
And the final game is Miami versus the Los Angeles Rams. Danny.
Rams.
Ooh. JG.
Tua's coming back this weekend, eh?
Tua's been back.
Oh, shoot. No. Rams.
I'm going with Miami on this one. I'm going with Miami on that one. I think they lost last week. I think they're going to win this week. So there we go. We have the picks. I will get Chris and Roberto's picks later, unless Roberto is still in the chat and gave them.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Okay, cool. So I'll get their picks later, and those picks are sent up. Let me see what David said. David said Bucks, the Giants, Chicago, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay over who? Wait.
49ers.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Denver. He said boo. He said buff. I don't know. Oh, Buffalo. I don't know who boo is. Washington. DQ, me and you are no longer friends. Minnesota, Atlanta, Tennessee, Jets, Philly, and Detroit, and then Rams. Okay, not bad. I just don't like you guys Washington pick like it. It's like, what are we doing here?
Well, it's gonna be easy, but I think they're gonna squeak it out.
It's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game. It's all gonna depend on whether, because I know Pittsburgh. One thing, their defense will always be stout. It just depends on whether they'll be able to run the ball. I think Steelers have had an issue with running the ball a lot, but we'll see.
Let's see, Commanders defense ranked. They're 14th in the NFL.
14.
But the Steelers are
ninth. Steelers are ninth.
Yep. So it's gonna be a pretty good one. Let's see, who's number one? What, Tennessee? The Titans got number one defense.
Really?
Yep. Titans number one, Texans number two, Eagles number three, Jets number four, Chiefs number 5, Broncos is 6, Dolphins is 7, Chargers is 8, Steelers is 9, 49ers is 10th, Packers is 11th, Bears is 12th, Raiders 13th, Commanders 14th, Browns 15th, Vikings 16th, Bills 17th, Giants 18th, Bengals 19th, Falcons 20th, Lions 21, Seahawks 22, Rams 23, Cardinals 24, Patriots 20. Cardinals and Patriots are tied for 24. 26 is the Cowboys, 27 is the Ravens, 28 is the Saints, 29 is the Colts. Bucks are 30th, Jaguars 31st, and Panthers are last.
What's Tampa Bay's defense?
Buccaneers where that?
First.
No, the Titans are first.
Oh, Titans are first. Why did it say here first?
Buccaneers are 30th.
I'm changing my my Miami pick to the Rams. Nah, because I'm looking at my team and I'm like, oh yeah, put Puka and Cup are back. Yeah, I'm taking Rams.
If I'm not mistaken, McCaffrey's coming back this week too.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I was able to trade for Puka back, so I'm good right now. I am good. And not to mention, I don't know if you guys heard this, which I was watching Brian them and the Steelers traded for Mike Williams.
Wow.
Yeah, the Mike Williams is playing for the Steelers now. So that could really help Pickens, or he might be able to, score more than Pickens does. So we'll see. I don't know if Mike Williams is such a great wide receiver anymore. He used to be, but I think he really helps out with Pickens. He could be a good number 2, so we'll see.
Yeah. Scoring defense. Stevens is number 2 in scoring defense.
Yeah. That damn TJ Watt, bro. That damn TJ Watt, man.
All right, gentlemen, it's been a fantastic show. We've been on here how long? An hour and 50 minutes. So, Nzo, what you got going on in your neck of the woods, sir?
Biggaford Entertainment, guys. You know the channel. Tonight at midnight will be episode 8 of From. So make sure you guys check that out. It's definitely going to be a great show. And other than that, man, I'm just happy to be here. Fun show tonight. Appreciate it. Kind of wish the whole crew was. I was just gonna say, kind of wish the whole crew was around, but they were, life gets in the way.
Yeah. You can find me on the Road to Wisdom on Mondays and Fridays now, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me on the Hangout on Wednesdays. You can find me on sometime on Nzo Show the OC on Wednesday, along with JG and Roberto. Sunday, usually we do Storms Live, but he's still on vacation, and I'm not mad at that. So we'll be back next Sunday on Storms Live, which is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And take us out, as always, there, Mr. JG Shaolin.
JG Shaolin, terrific. The undefeated, undisputed final boss of the 36 Chambers of Shaolin. Wire. Thank y'all for tuning in today live. Check me out Wednesday nights on the OOC with the host Nzo, the Abbott, and the Osiris of the Spliff King, and the Professor of Gunja, alongside the co-host Roberto, aka Mr. 100, aka No Trouble Did Anything Gonna Be Irie. No woman, no cry. Pop, pop, pop. And
my bad.
Friday nights tournaments, when we do them, you can check us out there. And of course, Saturdays on Square One with the host, the man, the myth, the legend. You know him. He is the road to wisdom himself, the amazing, the outstanding, the charismatic, always man of the hour. Dr. Say's the illest because he suffers from realness. If you smell with Daddy, it's cooking.
Awesome. The best hype man in YouTube, buddy.
Now I don't know if it's I don't know if it's just me. Chat, you can tell me. But once he says Danny's name, don't you guys all just check out? Because I check out. Once Danny's name pops up, I check out.
And every time I offer Danny the greatest hype, he would come cut me off before I could finish my outros.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
No, now you won't talk about Nzo. I think he's jealous.
Yeah,
he is jealous.
Thank you.
I didn't cut you off.
Yes, you did. I had to do my Sunday night prime time.
Oh, I forgot.
Prime time. Sunday nights with my brother from another mother, LPDC in Nueva York, Superwise, with the season finale of one of the greatest Mac shows out there right now, Penguin Live Watch Party.
And
DQ.
And hold on.
And that's DQ. Is it haterade or not? Is Nzo hating? Yes or no?
And hold on. We can always check the replay because Danny cut you off before I did. Just want you to know that, all right? Danny was the one that said, "Oh, the best hype man first," and then I said something. So don't blame me for that one. That wasn't me.
But see, I was complimenting him. You in there with that hate?
You did come with the hate on, so.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really hate. I was just saying, you know what I mean? Like
you checking out, really?
I started playing the video in the background and everything. You know what I mean? I'm like, here we go.
God, I wish he'd be more enthusiastic with my part of the intro than he is with Danny's.
Yeah, especially since he's on my freaking, my stream all the time. You know what I mean? Every Wednesday. And if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't have started doing this.
He's here every Saturday, 2 hours, as long as he want to be on there.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay. Wednesday, I got a new intro just for you, Nzo. A new one.
Oh, Lord.
I'm kind of worried about that one. No, you can keep it the same. I'm good.
Okay.
All right there, gentlemen. It was fantastic and fun as always. We appreciate everybody that was in the chat. Let me go back through it. Roberto was in the chat. DQ stayed with us the whole time. We definitely appreciate it, man. Thank you for doing that. Who else is in the chat? Basel, thank you. We appreciate it. I believe I don't want to miss anybody. I think it was one more. I know at one time we had right at 10 people. So everybody that tuned in, we definitely appreciate it. We'll be back next Saturday if life lets us be back. Talking more sports, man. Football, NFL, man. It don't get no better than that. Don't get any better. So until then, take it easy. Where's this daggone outro? Because I can't find it with all these outros I got going on. Where is it at? I lost it, Nzo. It no longer exists.
Oh, yeah? Which one?
Square One. I sure don't see it.
It's weird.
Did I delete it?
Did you know you can do giveaways with StreamYard now?
Yeah,
you could do giveaways. I ain't got nothing to give away, but you could.
Unless it's free giveaways, I don't know. I've seen some of these channels be giving away stuff and mailing it to people. Posters now is ridiculous.
You know what I mean?
There we go. I found it. But until next time, take it easy. Peace.
Steelers versus Washington.
Get in the chat. Watch this game of the week.